Hello, LE Diecast here, and in this video we're going to be taking apart a M2 machine, M2 vehicle. This is from the Wild Card series, and this one, as you can see, is the 70 Mustang Boss 429. And I'm going to go ahead and take this car apart. The reason is I have been casting the tires and the rims, and I want these tires and rims, but also this hood piece. I've been stripping off the hoods to cast them and then remold them to fit on other cars. So these M2 cars have a lot of parts in them, and if you're used to Hot Wheels or customizing Hot Wheels, playing around with taking them apart, maybe Matchbox cars or Hot Wheel cars, these M2 machines are really built a lot different. Higher quality or not is up to you, but that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to chop the video up into segments here so you don't have to see me drilling and a lot of boring stuff, but give you a quick view of the car as it is. They all come on these bases, these metal plate bases, and there's two screws. I've taken the screws off, and then this little doodad here is to hold the door open, so for display it's not really necessary. Nice car, and when we're all done I'll be able to put this car back together. So alright, I am going to go ahead here. Also have something handy. The little plastic case that they come in is always great for that, and we'll start. So first off, you'll notice they don't have rivets. These M2s have screws, and it's just a regular Phillips screw, tiny little screw. And oops, there we go. And we'll take that out. Go. See if it falls down here. You can take a look at it. There you go. It's just a tiny little screw. They have about 3-4 different screws in them, all different sizes. This will lift right out. It's hinged on the back, so it comes right out. Leave that guy down there. Next thing you'll notice on these guys, and the tires I'm after are only the back ones. I'm not too interested in these skinny front ones. I have plenty of those. Nice rims on these. It's hard to tell. They're black, but this back casting, or the back piece of the plastic, taking a look at it, is usually, this piece is usually soft welded or glued into place. Now this one has two little screws. This is part of the premium line. So I'm going to go ahead and take these screws out, and I'm hoping that this piece just pops out. There's one screw. The fact that they don't have rivets makes these really easy to put back together. And there you go. This is going to pop right out. This little piece is the bottom piece. Again, they usually don't have screws back here. Maybe this is something new that they're doing. This is one of the newer models. I know on the older ones that piece is usually glued in, and so I usually have to make a soft cut right here and then kind of pry the wheels out. But there's one set of our wheels. So we'll continue here. I'm going to pop this screw out real quick before it falls on the floor. The front, if you can see that, and I'm not going to take the front out because I'm not interested, but the front is kind of, that's plastic there, those little rivets, and usually filing them down doesn't help too much. Usually they're put in there and kind of melted into place. So usually I kind of have to pry this up and pop it off. I'm going to leave it into place just because I don't need these tires right now. But it'll glue right back into place. In fact, I can feel it's kind of loose here. I can almost pry that up. I got one of them up just with my hand, but we'll leave that there. Okay. Next up with this guy, the inside's about what you'd expect. They usually have more details. You can see there, if I can get it against the white, there's a little brake shifter, not brake, but shifter there. Some nice details inside. Leave that guy there. The inside plastic piece is usually glued or welded into place. This one looks like it may be glued. I can see some glue down there. A lot like the old matchboxes were. Also, these are hard to get out. So if you want to take these out, you can. What I've found is I usually give it a try, and if they pop out, this one is not going to. It's glued in there. And they don't have rivets holding them in. The older ones have rivets there that I can drill out, and this will pop out a lot like an old Matchbox car. But then it might be easier to mask this area when you paint it. And that's what I've done with these guys in the past, is just mask that off instead of risking breaking this. You could cut it right here if you wanted to, if you're not comfortable with masking. But all right, now the exciting part with these guys. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the camera. I'm going to unscrew this screw, this one, this one. We'll do those three next, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and I'm kind of holding these parts in. I just took out a screw holding the two doors and this piece, which is holding the interior together. I'm going to kind of dump these out here, and that is the screw holding the chassis. You can see they kind of fall apart. I've also got a screw that fell down in there that's going to pop out. There we go. That's my extra screw. And what we end up with is kind of this ingenious little door setup that these cars have. See if I can get this put back together. You can see it. They've got this L bracket there that swings in and out, and the tightness of the screw is what holds that door in, except I've got the door upside down. Oh, there we go. That's why it's not fitting. Come on. Come on. Come on. Still upside down. Let's get it right. There we go. There you go. And so if I hold that in place, you can see the door swings open. Makes them easy to put back together too. So we'll throw the doors in there. And the interior piece here, that's my door. Oops. If I get that back out, there we go. This is the dashboard, and it was held in by that screw. You can see that they do some real nice detailing there. That's some brown kind of wood paneling, and back in here they've put together a couple different pieces that they're held together by just plastic glue. Okay, so next we are going to get this guy out, and he is held together by, there's some points here, 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 and here, and when we're all done, what we're going to see is if we can pop these pieces out in the engine. So I'll be back in a second with that. Okay, and we're back, and I'm going to flip this guy over carefully. What I've done here is there's really tiny rubber pegs that have been pushed through here and then kind of melted off. So they act like rivets. They're also hard to see. The paint sometimes can cover them over, so sometimes you won't even see them on these. But I've just taken a Dremel and just kind of chopped off that top part of plastic. And again, if you can't see them, there's usually 4 holding the engine in, and you can kind of Dremel in those areas, and I just kind of chopped them out. And if I carefully lift the hood off, he should lift off. Here at LE Diecast Auto Mechanics, we're not very careful with the cars. There goes the hood. And then we just got to get this piece out. And if I get a better screwdriver here, what we can do is hopefully just pop that out. And I would hold the pieces because they sometimes, there we go. There's the pieces, get them over here. And there's the engine pieces. That's the engine compartment without the pieces in it. I'll zoom in on that for you. There we go. Get a little bit closer. My camera's not good at zooming, but get a little bit closer picture there. So we've got a little radiator, that guy, and a little engine, this one, big air filter on top of it there. So You can then put this in any other car that you want. They will cast pretty well. I've had pretty good luck casting these. If I do a one-piece cast and kind of flip them over on their top, and then fill in this part here with some clay or something to hold the shape a little bit better. That's what we're going to do with these. So if I put all the pieces out here that came out of this, here we go. Let's zoom back out here. There we go. And we put all of our pieces out here. You can see that for what you pay for in these guys, you really get quite a bit of detail. There we go. And I'll leave there we go. That's how many screws came with this. So I tend to like these better than Hot Wheels. I don't get a lot of them because I take them apart, obviously. And the ones that I do collect, I only collect about 2 series a year of the M2s. But if you're really into the quality of these things, the M2s give you a little bit more quality than the Hot Wheels for only a few dollars more. So, hopefully in the future I'll do a video of how we cast the tires and so forth. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.